Cowboys fans. We saw it.
Cowboys fans. Cowboys fans. What happened? Cowboys fans. What happened? Oh my gosh, boys. You like that little clip? Boys, we're watching that whole video. It's like 4 minutes long. I just wanted to give you guys a little teaser because it is all of the best clips that I could find until now of Cowboys fans absolutely mauling. And I hope one of you that is in this chat right now is in one of these clips. Down bad, down bad. I hope you guys liked it. You guys get like the first like 10 seconds of it, okay?
I have to go get my laptop. So why don't you just shut... Fuck all 49ers fans. You guys are fucking assholes. Whatever, I'll be back.
What happened? I need to turn my brightness up on my camera real quick, boy. It looks pretty good. Fuck it. Fuck it, boys. How we doing? How we doing, boys? What a weekend of games. Holy shit. What a weekend of games.
Yeah, dude.
We got a lot on the docket today.
Let's talk about it. Chase will have 2 separate clip outs, one for our reaction to the Bengals, one for the Cowboys-Niners.
Okay.
Let's start with the Bengals versus the Bills. I'm just going to put it how it is. So I picked the Bills to win this game. I think, Did you have Bills as well? Or did you have Bengals?
I had Bills.
You had Bills.
Yes.
The Bills got their asses handed to them. There's not a single excuse you could make as a Bills fan as to why this game went so poorly.
You know what's crazy too? Even though I hate the Cowboys, so many people are not even like looking at this game like actually. Like there's so much shit going on with the Cowboys and
100%.
How much they hate. Everyone's like overlooking this game.
Yes,
dude.
All of the media is like, ha, Cowboys lose again. Dak Prescott. That was an excellent football game. And then it was decided by a score at the end. This was a fucking ass whooping.
Ass whooping.
Dude. One of the most impressive things I think I saw, and anybody who watched the game, I'm sure you thought this too, was the Bengals run game. Okay, Joe Mixon in his previous 4 games was averaging an abysmal 2.5 yards per carry.
Whew.
A lot of people believed that the Bengals offensive line was going to be their downfall in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Bengals just took on the Buffalo Bills in a snow game. Guys, it's Buffalo. Okay, whenever we talk about snow games, we're talking about Buffalo. This is one of the teams in the league who should be most prepared for this. Oh my God, Joe Mixon ran through this whole team. He damn near could have beat him by himself.
Literally, they came to the Bills stadium and put an ass whooping on the Bills.
Samaje Perine averaged 4.7 yards per carry. Joe Mixon averages 5.2, 20 carries, 105 yards, and a touchdown. I don't even know what to say. Joe Burrow played really well too. He came out hot. They took a quick lead with the Jamar Chase touchdown, the Hayden Hurst touchdown.
Yeah.
Bills defense looked kind of ass. I mean, that kind of was the Bills' problem throughout. I mean, the fact that Skylar Thompson and the Dolphins were able to put up 31 was kind of a red flag. But I don't know. To me, I just think of Josh Allen and that Bills team is such an excellent team. And I think I just slept on the Bengals really, but it's crazy that this game is not talked about more.
Give props to the Bengals defense, or maybe just the Bills offense was not clicking, but holy shit.
Bengals defense was really
the Bengals defense on a lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen could not get anything going. I mean, he did have 25 completions, but that's on 42 attempts. 265 yards, not a touchdown.
Yeah, and I
thrown.
think, a lot of people always talk about like Josh Allen and his turnovers, and Josh Allen's always turning over the ball. They were getting their asses whooped, and Josh Allen hadn't turned over the ball yet.
Yeah, like,
Josh Allen turned over the ball on a desperation Hail Mary near the end of the game.
right. Like
I don't really blame that on Josh Allen.
He's trying to make something happen, right? Yeah,
It's just crazy. Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen was able to punch in the only touchdown for the Bills. Everybody else really struggled. Great job to the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals are looking like a problem. And, I've got the Chiefs. Like back when I made my full playoff bracket, I had the Chiefs winning here.
Yep.
Now there's Chiefs Bengals. Mahomes is slightly injured. We don't know the extent of that. The Bengals look so good. I think the Bengals are going to win it.
Really good.
100%. I think the Super Bowl is Bengals Eagles.
Oof.
That's my Super Bowl now. Now that I'm looking back over everything, it's Bengals Eagles to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We got our picks here. We'll go over them. But holy shit. I guess like what happened? What happened to the Bills? I
literally
how
could
do
not
you
tell you.
hold the Bills in playoff form to 10 points? Yeah, it was shit weather, but it was shit weather for both teams, and the Bengals got up 27. So
I don't know. I think where the Bills struggled is I just think they should have been running the ball more. I know Devin Singletary is not considered one of the best backs in the league, but usually the Bills run the ball a lot more with Josh Allen. A lot of Josh Allen's carries was just scrambling. I kind of think they threw the ball too much. I don't know. This was clearly a game where whoever's going to run the ball better is going to win. If you can't, if passing can't be there. It's not like you can set your feet and throw a perfect 70-yard pass when there's snow coming down.
Yeah.
Or it's harder for your receivers to catch the ball. There's like wind chill and wind. It's not like playing in SoFi Stadium.
Gosh, dude, I just can't believe it. I really can't believe it. I mean, you got to think of how many people
Who day, baby? Who day?
we're on the Bills. I mean, I thought they were going
totally
to the bowl
was.
for sure.
I took a Bills alternate spread at plus 6.5. I got shit on. I would have needed Bills plus 17.5 to get this. Oh, that was crazy.
Insane. Yeah.
Amazing game by the Bengals. I think they're super legit contenders, and my money's on the Cincinnati Bengals when they play the Kansas City Chiefs.
Sheesh. Yeah, I like it.
Should be an awesome game. I'm hoping it's an awesome game. Cowboys, 49ers. This isn't a shock to a lot of people. I did pick Cowboys. I would have loved the Cowboys to go through here. But I think some of you in the comments are just fucking ridiculous. Either you hate the Cowboys or you love the 49ers or you didn't watch this football game. This was a great football game. It was a very close football game. I believe it was the fourth quarter. McCaffrey punches in a run after the Cowboys have a bunch of penalties, and then Cowboys aren't able to score because they looked pitiful. Dak Prescott looked pitiful. But, I mean, are you kidding me? Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills got their asses whooped at home by 17, and you guys are on the Dallas Cowboys for losing by a touchdown? CD was the team. I actually think that was part of the struggle. When you look back at a lot of those, it kind of looks like Dak was just
very
laser focused on CeeDee Lamb. He had a touchdown, T.Y. Hilton, earlier, and in a game where you only put up one touchdown, two touchdowns would be different. I think if I'm going to ride the Cowboys for another hot second, Kevontae Turpin had a kick return touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
And he goofed it.
That when he should have cut
he
back.
He
or
juked
whatever.
back into the kicker and was tackled by the kicker, and he just had a free lane on the outside.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm no kick return specialist, so I couldn't tell you what I would have been thinking in that scenario. But it was weird to watch as a fan thinking, or as somebody looking at the camera angle, like, bro.
It was weird. It's so
going?
hard to couch coach, you could call it, from your living room. You're like, why didn't you see that? And then they're playing the game.
100%.
It's hard, but dude, you just wonder. The Cowboys they just choke it every year, man.
They are so bad in the playoffs. I think it's Dak.
Is it? Yeah.
I think Mike McCarthy is a shit play caller.
Like we were saying last week, Dak
pussy.
had an absolute insane game last week, but then he faces a defense that's actually stout.
A good defense.
And throws two, key interceptions.
He sucked.
Misses some
he
passes,
really
like you said. It was just not good. I don't know. And what's Zeke doing, dude? This game could have went a way different way if Pollard never got hurt. Pollard clearly, from watching, to me, is just the better back.
Dude, get Zeke
Obviously,
out of there,
he got hurt, but
get Zeke out of there. I'm so sick of it.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
I'm
I don't know.
biased towards Tony Pollard.
I don't know what kind of deal Zeke is on right now, but
he's on a big contract.
Fuck, man.
I think that's part of the reason he keeps getting the ball.
They don't have. You have Dalton Schultz, great tight end in my opinion. CeeDee Lamb's great. Other than that, for like big targets, I mean, T.Y. Hilton, they just like brought on.
Yeah,
kind of
not a big
older.
target.
Turpin, he's small.
Turpin's a return
Gallup,
specialist. He's not really a wide receiver.
Gallup just, I guess, never got looked at. I'm not sure.
Hey,
They just don't
He had a
have.
throw that Zeke missed and he dropped.
Yeah,
but
they just don't have that Jamar Chase. They don't have.
CeeDee Lamb is him. CeeDee Lamb is a
CeeDee
stud.
Lamb is amazing.
I genuinely
Yes.
believe the problem
Yes.
is Dak Prescott. I do not think Dak Prescott is built for high pressure situations.
Right.
He just isn't. Like he's almost like a regular season quarterback sometimes. I hate to put that much hate on him, but Dak Prescott in the regular season will consistently put up not consistently, but there'll be those games where you're like, oh my God, Dak's actually good.
Yeah.
Like the Buccaneers game.
Right. Yeah.
The Buccaneers suck, but Dak put up 400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
He laid it down. Yeah.
The super elite quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes, they don't do that. They don't go for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, and then the next week they go for 200, a touchdown and 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
This is like,
Especially in a playoff game.
this
right?
is a Dak Prescott.
Even though Josh Allen just kind of played like shit, but also he's playing in the snow. So
Yeah.
whatever.
But let's take a look at the 49ers side. So 49ers get the W. Great game for them. But honestly, this is more like what I expected and more like what we talked about when Brock Purdy has to go up against a very elite defense like the Dallas Cowboys. I think his stats have just kind of been inflated over the last couple weeks. And I think this is more realistically what we're going to see as well as in this Eagles football game. I think the Eagles do have the edge. I think the Eagles beat the Niners. Betting against the Niners hasn't worked out for me, but this is a more realistic Brock Purdy stat line.
yeah, and I'm loving it, dude. Who cares if he didn't throw a touchdown as long as he didn't throw 2 interceptions?
Oh, that's
Right?
the difference in the game.
That's what's huge.
That is the difference in the game.
He is smart with the
actually
football.
making good scheme plays, and Dak Prescott is a fucking turnover machine, especially in high pressure situations.
Yeah, I love it. And I think that game, and we'll see what's going on next game, but I think Brock Purdy just solidified his starting position, in my opinion.
I agree. Totally.
I
You
don't-
won
I
a
don't
huge
see-
playoff game.
Yourself not winning the starting position. I think he's 7-0 as a starter. There's some stat like that. He's fucking good. And maybe I saw somewhere too, maybe this changes the way people start drafting. I mean, he was the last pick in the draft. Maybe like this. Brock Purdy reminds me of what Stetson Bennett could be. Stetson Bennett has been looked over a lot. You're going to have Bryce Young, CJ Stroud 100% before Stetson Bennett. I see
agree.
Brock Purdy being the Stetson Bennett in the NFL right now. So I'm saying I could see Stetson Bennett showing up for a team as Brock Purdy's their 3rd string quarterback. Stetson Bennett could do that, I think, in the future. And I think a lot of people are looking at this, say a team like the Jags with Trevor Lawrence.
I don't know. I think too much of this is scheme.
You might just be picking him up.
I just think with how many weapons the 49ers have,
Yes.
how well they are coached, all they need is a guy who's not going to turn over the ball. That's literally all they need.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think that makes teams draft differently because a lot of teams aren't built like the 49ers.
Right,
A lot of
yes.
teams don't have the market space or they just don't have the talent. If you got Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, I mean, this team is so good that the only thing you need to win a football, I think this is actually a perfect example of the only thing the 49ers need to win a football game is somebody who doesn't turn the ball over. Brock Purdy didn't look like God out there. He threw for 200 yards, no touchdowns, but no interceptions.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. He's got the same stat line as Dak, except Dak turned the ball over twice. Elijah Mitchell, Christian McCaffrey, the defense, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel kind of did the rest. So I don't think teams can look at it any differently because some teams just need their superstar quarterback. Otherwise, they can't win games.
Right, yeah.
Some teams need to be carried by a CJ Stroud or a Bryce Young or a Lamar Jackson. Look at the Ravens without Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
Could Brock Purdy do this in the Ravens offense? Fuck no.
No.
Absolutely not. But this is no hate against Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's played great in a team where a lot of people did not trust him as the absolute last draft pick. So good for him.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a similar stat line against the Eagles is my opinion. And I think the Eagles can put up more than 12 points. And that's why I got the Philadelphia Eagles winning next week.
I like it. Let's check out that real quick. We got where we at? Yeah. Chiefs, Jags. That was a fucking nail biter. Holy crap.
This is also why I'm thinking the Bengals are going to beat the Chiefs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, there's only one game in the playoffs that, other than obviously the Eagles absolutely shitting on the Giants.
Yes.
That was like just a blowout, and those Bengals beating the Bills. This was a very watchable game.
Oh, very good game. Very, very good game.
I just think the Jaguars aren't experienced enough to get a win like this.
Yeah, very,
because
very
there
young.
were some big mistakes they made that were huge point swings. I think the biggest one to me, and I want to sit here and hate on Christian Kirk the whole time, but Trevor Lawrence threw a dot. Chris Collinsworth called it an overthrow because he was busy sucking Mahomes' cock, but he threw a dot to Christian Kirk on like a probably a good 50, 60-yard post route. Christian Kirk just straight up dropped it, man. That was 7 points. He either catches that and scores, or he catches that and he's on the 1-yard line. That's a really big play in this game. And I just think, the Jaguars didn't really expect to be here. Probably intimidated by playing the Kansas City Chiefs. And you lose by only 1 score is impressive for the Jaguars. And I think it's scary for the Kansas City Chiefs because the Cincinnati Bengals have the experience. They went to the Super Bowl last year. And you could pretty much take the Cincinnati Bengals roster and pair them up toe-to-toe with the Jaguars, and they're better at almost every position.
Right. Yeah.
Joe Burrow is better than Trevor Lawrence, even though Trevor Lawrence is really good.
Yeah, and now, too, Patrick
Mixon,
Mahomes
Jamar.
with that high ankle sprain.
Oh, my God.
That is...
I cannot believe that the line, I looked at the line, it's -1 Chiefs, okay? So Vegas and bettors say that Chiefs should probably win, although it's crazy close. It's 50-50.
Yeah.
Nobody even knows Mahomes is going to play.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. There's a lot of people saying that he shouldn't, just for his career, and like
Tony
possibly...
Romo said he never would play with that.
Yeah.
I know Tony Romo says some shit sometimes. Tony Romo says if a high ankle sprain, there's no way he's playing the next week.
Yeah. There's I've heard a lot of insights from different people, and I think the general consensus is that he's going to play. I would say, but shit, Vegas is pretty... I guess they're just kind of probably airing it on the side that Patrick Mahomes is going to play. There's no way it's -1 with Chad Henne, even though
the line has moved. The line has moved to -1 Bengals. Let's go.
Ooh.
I got Bengals at +1, baby. Not that I don't think it's going to be a 1-point game.
Maybe they saw Mahomes in the boot at home or something.
That's what I'm saying.
But, hey, give it to backup Chad Henne, though, for taking that drive down the field and giving them a score. I mean, that was very much needed.
He has always been really impressive when he's come in. Chad Henne has always been really impressive when he's come in.
So very solid. Imagine how insane that would be if he came out and beat the Bengals.
If it was Chad Henne who beat the Bengals.
Yes.
And it's at that point that I literally put up my hands and I go, I don't know ball. I know nothing about football. Yeah. And I don't really think that I do, but how the Bengals could have whooped the Bills' ass and then Chad Henne could beat that Bengals team would fucking blow my mind. However, I don't know. I mean, anything can happen in any given game of football. That's why sometimes I get so upset with the comments on our picks videos. Where people will be like, I saw a top comment. It was like, you literally don't watch football if you think the blank are going to beat the blank. And it's like,
it's
dude,
every single
You realize
person,
that happens every week, right? Like every single week a team upsets another team. Like, I don't know. Listen, if you guys really believe that, I encourage you to go download DraftKings Sportsbook and just become a millionaire.
Yeah.
Like, why are you sitting there so poor, bro? Why don't you live in a fucking mansion? If you actually know the winners of every football game, just fucking take out a loan.
It's easy.
Take out a loan, take out a second mortgage on your house, put $50,000 on the money line team that you know is going to win, since you already know they're going to win, and just keep doubling your money until you're infinitely wealthy. I just don't get why you do it. Because what you'll do is you'll download the gambling app, whatever one you choose. You'll lose all your money. You'll have a crippling gambling addiction, and you'll realize that just like everyone else, you actually don't know ball. So sit back and enjoy the free content. I love you. Is this MMG leading into the sponsor? No, it's not, because we have a really cool new gambling sponsor. We don't get to talk about it until January 28th, which is the next live stream. Our next live stream is right before one of the big games. It's like 5 days from now is our next live stream. So we can talk, we can talk about gambling then and gambling responsibly then. But for now, it's all just a theoretical debate. Bryce, you can't say it like that, man. I'm on moratorium here.
Last game of the divisional round right here. The Eagles absolutely laying the hammer down on the Giants.
It's just shit on them.
Holy shit.
Miles Sanders for 90. Kenneth Gainwell for 112. Jalen Hurts for 34. Boston Scott for 32. Literally impossible to win a football game if they rush for that many yards.
Yeah.
Was it 270 rushing yards?
268, yeah.
That is absolutely insane.
Absolutely nuts. Did you see the coach was saying that he was comparing Jalen Hurts to Michael Jordan?
Who?
The Eagles
And
coach.
why? Nick Sirianni?
Yeah.
For what? What did he say?
Hey,
Just that he's the GOAT?
pretty much saying like he's like I don't want to say it, and then he was like, then he said it. He's like Jalen Hurts compared him to Michael Jordan. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
wow.
Here's my scare. Here's my scare for the upcoming game of Eagles versus Niners. Philadelphia Eagles have been excellent.
Yeah.
I think they have proven themselves out of the games they played to be the best team in the league. However, they have had a very easy schedule in the regular season. Very easy schedule because the NFC sucked ass.
Yep.
They've had a pretty easy playoff schedule considering they had a bye and they played this Giants team. Now, I don't want to say the Giants are bad. I think the Vikings were frauds and the Giants squeaked out that game.
Yeah.
And the Philadelphia Eagles just completely exposed this Giants team. When they take on what I believe is a very good team in the San Francisco 49ers, I just wonder how different it's going to be for them. When's the last time they actually played a really good football team? Well, are we going to call this New York Giants football team a really good football team? I'm going to say no. If you can let up 270 yards in the playoffs, there's one of two things happening. Either the Philadelphia Eagles are a transcendent run game team and they're just going to shit on everybody, steamroll them, which I don't think is the case. I just don't think the Giants are that good. I think the Eagles schemed up well. This is the third time now beating the Giants this season.
Yeah.
And they kind of made Daniel Jones look like last season's Daniel Jones. Saquon still had an okay game, but this is just a really tough game for the Giants. I don't know. I think it's just going to be such a different story against the Niners. I still see the Eagles winning, but it ain't going to be a cakewalk. I think it's going to be a close, really good game. I think I think Eagles-Niners will be a better game than Bengals-Chiefs. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, bro. Whew. That was just an absolute ass whooping by the Eagles. And going into it, I was kind of like, the Giants could pull something off here. But it really just showed how dominant the Eagles are and how good they actually are. And Jalen Hurts really didn't have to throw that much. I mean, you look at like, who was it? Josh Allen. He had like 46 attempts. Cut that in half, and you got Jalen Hurts scoring 38 with only 24 attempts. And the Bills could only score 10 on 46 attempts.
You know what I really like about Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles scheme? They maximize the passing plays that they do use. You rarely see Jalen Hurts with a significant amount of passing attempts, but you still see a lot of players with good yards, good receptions, and good touchdowns.
Right.
Like Tom Brady threw 66 attempts in that Cowboys game?
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts will max out about 30.
Yep.
And he's always throwing deep downfield. He's throwing great open players, and it's always like a really good scheme. So I think it's just perfect for Jalen Hurts. He does these play action boot rollouts.
Yeah,
they set it up with the run game, and every time he's throwing it, it's like Dallas Goedert for 10 plus, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith for 10 plus. Take a look. He's got 16 completions, 154 yards. He's averaging 9.8 yards per pass, 6 for 61 for Smith, 5 for 58 for Dallas Goedert. I do think that the Eagles and the Niners, I think the Eagles win. I just think there's a little too much firepower here. It'll be probably the best team the Niners have played in a hot minute. And I think the game versus Dallas is truly why the Philadelphia Eagles win. Because Dallas is nowhere near the caliber of team the Philadelphia Eagles are, in my opinion. I think especially offensively, the Eagles are just so much better. And I don't think the Niners are going to be able to put up as many points as the Eagles. Like, I think rather than like the last game was 12-19, I could see some significant points being scored here. And I think the Philadelphia Eagles can do that better.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you were saying, it's so easy to get those downfield passes when your running backs are averaging over 5 yards. I mean, one of them had
This game's
9.
an anomaly, though. They're not doing this against the Niners.
No.
This is an anomaly. I'm pretty sure Kenneth Gainwell came in because they didn't want Miles Sanders to do anymore because they're winning by so much, and he just went crazy. If Hurts doesn't turn into 2021 playoff Hurts, then the Eagles can win. I don't even think 2021 playoff Hurts was Jalen Hurts' fault. That team was just nowhere near as good as it is now. Niners have a mid-secondary low-key. What's Niners secondary? You got what? Charvarius Ward? Nah, dude, Talanoa Hufanga is actually kind of a savage. I like him. Hey, Chase, how does it feel to be the hottest man alive?
Oh, I love you.
Eagles have done this the whole season. Like, played really well. I don't know, though. I mean, you can't take away the fact that the Eagles had a really easy schedule. I don't think the Niners' schedule is anything crazy, but I'm pretty sure the Eagles' schedule was absolute fucking trash, man. You called Niners in that last game. Guys, don't pat yourself on the back for calling the Niners over the Cowboys. They were supposed to win. Vegas had them winning. Cowboys were the underdogs, all right? Now, if you called Bengals over Bills, if you had the Bengals beating the Bills, you get a pat on the back. You get a clap from me right now, okay? Because that was the underdog. That was the team that nobody was picking, and they shit on them.
Here's our picks, baby.
Chase, are you ready? Guys, are you ready? Chase is going to have to make that. Have you put any thought to the presentation you're going to make me?
I actually have not yet, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get with Mills and Shane, and we'll cook up some heat.
Really cook it up.
We'll cook up some heat.
Well, if you guys remember, me and Chase have an ongoing bet throughout the entire season. We make our game picks, and we track how well we did. So on the season, Chase correctly predicted 181 and was incorrect on 101. I correctly predicted 177. And I was wrong on 105. I needed the Cowboys to beat the Niners to move to 178. Chase would have been at 180, and I still would have had a shot, but I formally have no chance of winning. Next year, we saw really good ideas from you guys. Next year, we'll do playoff picks are worth more.
Yeah,
like maybe
that.
2,
yeah.
And then the Super Bowl's worth 5 or something stupid like that. But we'll figure it out. Either way, I've taken an L. So Chase will write a presentation for me, a 10-slide presentation that I will present to all of chat. I'll get dressed up, except I won't know what the presentation is until I report. If you guys ever seen Impractical Jokers, we got it from there.
Yeah.
Christian said I called Bengals in the Super Bowl. Ooh. Well, it hasn't happened quite yet. Christian. Bengals, Eagles, L picks. Because you make it, you can rig it. What do you mean? Like I make the picks? Or because I make what? I gotta stop reading chat. You guys are fucking morons.
So, boys, if you see here, you see the X. That means we got one of the games wrong. So, like, down to the bottom left, you see Bills, Bengals. I had the Bills beating the Bengals. That's why there's an X there. But this is our game pick, so we're filling in, like, who we think will win between the Bengals and the Chiefs.
Right.
I have the Bengals. Meags has the Bengals, but we differ. I have the 49ers beating the Eagles. Meags has the Eagles beating the 49ers.
So your Super Bowl would be Cincinnati Bengals versus San Francisco 49ers.
Yes, it would.
Dude, I wonder, how are Chiefs fans going to feel? Because the Chiefs beat the Niners in the Super Bowl. So you'd think Chiefs fans would want to root against the Niners. But if the Bengals beat the Chiefs,
Oh, yeah, it's like a double-edged sword.
Then it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Like, who are we rooting for?
Yeah.
I'd imagine the Chiefs would be rooting for the I don't know. That's hard. I don't know who the Chiefs fans will be rooting for if that happened.
The team that beat them to go to the Super Bowl, do you think they'd root for?
I don't know. I can't see a world where the Philadelphia Eagles are not in the Super Bowl. I have to see them. If Brock Purdy makes the Super Bowl, dude, I'm going to fucking cop a Brock Purdy. I'll do it right now. Brock Purdy makes the Super Bowl. I will buy a Brock Purdy jersey. I'll get a signed Brock Purdy something. I'll put it up here behind me, and then I'll give away a Brock Purdy jersey. There you go. Okay. I just can't see it. I don't know why my brain cannot comprehend.
That's kind of why I'm picking the 49ers, is I would just love to see that. I would love to see the Eagles too, but I would love to see Brock Purdy just come in there cock swinging to the Super Bowl, beating the Eagles. I think that's the all he needs to do. Like, even if he doesn't win the Super Bowl, I think it's just amazing for him to get them to the Super Bowl, let alone maybe even win it.
I agree. I think the biggest thing for San Fran is you really did have the biggest, I don't know, that whole side of the bracket's kind of a cakewalk, I guess. But like playing the Seahawks, they had no business being there. They kind of stuck in the playoffs when they shouldn't have. And the Cowboys the Cowboys are horrible. I guess the Niners made them look horrible. I just think this Eagles team's going to be very different for them. But you know what a lot of people have been saying is Niners Chiefs rematch Super Bowl. A lot of people have been saying that because they had the Super Bowl, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's very possible.
That would be nuts.
If the line, so let's talk Vegas here. So Vegas has the Eagles winning. So the underdog is the Niners.
Yeah, -2.5 Eagles. Yep.
Chiefs, Bengals, I don't think there is an underdog. Even if Vegas has what, -1, which basically in Vegas terms, that means there's no underdog.
What do you think that would be if Mahomes was 100% healthy? Is that -2.5 Chiefs, or is that -1 Chiefs?
No, it'd be -2.5 Chiefs.
-2.5 Chiefs.
I believe someone in chat was saying when people thought Mahomes was still playing, it was -3. And then the line has been shifting as we've been learning more about the Mahomes injury.
Yeah. I think, say Mahomes is healthy, would you still have the Bengals, or would you have the Chiefs?
I would still take the Bengals.
Yeah.
They were so good. Here's where I think I went wrong predicting the Bills over the Bengals. The Bills really struggled against the Dolphins. But, I was just clouded by the fact that, it's Josh Allen and the way I see the Bills. But when you watch that game, it's like, damn, you struggle against Skylar Thompson.
Right.
You can't do that against Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
But Bengals beat the Bills handedly, and the Chiefs had a very good game with the Jaguars.
Yes.
Based on that, I just can't see the Bengals.
Right.
I don't know. I can see this being an amazing game.
Majorly recency biased.
I know, right?
Yes.
There's no real good way to look at it because I think it's going to be a great game no matter what. But I like the Cincinnati Bengals here. I like the Cincinnati Bengals, Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl. And when that comes, I can tell you right now, I got no clue.
Dude.
I couldn't even give you a prediction right now. I got to watch these games play out first.
Gosh. Looking at it, would any of these teams been on our radar to be in the Super Bowl? Chiefs, Bengals, Eagles, San Fran. All four of them.
Only Chiefs and Eagles.
Yeah.
San Fran, I never would have considered them making it this far.
No.
And I had Cincy going out against the Bills. I would have had KC, Bills, Philadelphia, and that's tough though. There's only one NFC team I love.
I'll pull it
and
up
that's
here,
the Eagles.
boys. This is our bracket we made before the playoffs even started, so you can see where we went wrong. I have the correct 2 on the right side here. But
I had the Cowboys and the Niners. I had the Cowboys and the Niners teeing off. Wait, why did I have that? Oh, that's why I had the Cowboys and the Niners in the conference championship. Because I had, if the Cowboys win and the Vikings win, then the Niners would play the Vikings and the Eagles would have played the Cowboys. That's why I had that. I was so confused. I was like, how did I have the Cowboys and Niners? These are our entire picks here, guys. This is everything. And for anyone saying they have a perfect bracket, we're actually going to check that. Let's check that right now, actually.
Yes.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
So if you guys remember, we were sponsored by Run Your Pool a couple streams ago. So Run Your Pool is like a place where you can make like a bracket and track it. And we had you guys hop in, and the top 3 entries are going to get an NFL jersey of their choice. We've got a shit ton of entries here, but I just want to give a shout out to the top 3 guys.
Dude, these are all the same.
Oh my God.
There's actually a lot of... So I can click on it and I can look at what their entry is. Over here you can see, I'll show chat. You can see the differences in who they think will win. But all of these, I think, are perfect brackets so far.
So there remain about 15 perfect brackets, right? Would you say?
It starts.
Oh no, there's 25.
Here.
There's 25. There are exactly
yes.
How many people entered? Does it tell you?
Actually, yeah, if I go back here.
All right, there's 1,600 of you entered. Of the 1,600 of you that entered, there are 25 perfect brackets.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear a single fucking one of you say you know ball unless you're any of these 25 people. Out of these 25 people, here, let's take the first one.
The only thing we got to keep into account, you could make more entries than one. So it is hard to keep that into account because you could technically like keep making new emails and whatever.
Whatever. Listen, if you were willing to put in that much time and effort to win a jersey, congratulations, I guess. If you just put that much time and effort into like touching grass, you probably could have bought a jersey yourself. But whatever.
Let's check the first one. Let's look at.
So he had Bills beating the Dolphins, Bengals beat the Ravens, Jags beat the Chargers, Bengals beat the Bills, Chiefs beat the Jaguars. Wow.
Yeah.
So what does he have? What does he have going on? He has a Bengals-Niners Super Bowl, just like you.
Bengals-Niners Super Bowl total points 61, so a pretty high scoring game.
Wow. 30-31 Super Bowl, something like that. So Bengals beat the Chiefs, Niners beat the Eagles. It's just a sample of someone who has a perfect bracket right now.
Here's another one. That
guy knows ball.
Alex has the Bengals winning.
Alex, do you know ball by chance?
Total points of 56. So boys, if you see it right here, this is which all of these dudes are kind of in the running for right now. They're all tied. So at the end, say both people had the 49ers winning and the 49ers win. It all comes down to this right here. And whoever's closest to the total points predicted will win. So that's huge.
Let's go to the worst. Let's go to the worst bracket. I want to see someone who really does not know ball. This is what you guys make me feel like. Lions on top. This is what you, chat, this is what you make me feel like. This is what you make me feel like. The Dolphins beat the Bills. The Ravens beat the Bengals. The Chargers beat the Jaguars. The Seahawks beat the Niners. The Giants beat the Vikings. The Buccaneers beat the Cowboys.
This dude's fucking around.
He's got the Seahawks and the Dolphins in the Super Bowl, with the Seahawks winning with a tiebreaker of 69 total points. This is what you make me feel like. All right, whatever. Fuck you guys. All right, cool. Hey, well, thank you for making those brackets, though, gentlemen. I appreciate you guys,
Yeah,
and we'll stay up with that. We'll keep it updated.
Yeah,
But
that's
cool.
gonna be sweet.
What do we got here?
Okay.
What we got next?
I just want to watch this for all you malding,
Cowboys fans.
all you malding Cowboys fans. This is for you, okay?
Oh no. Oh my god! I love that video. What are they doing?
Bro, I don't know.
Cowboys fans.
Are they all Cowboys fans? What was that? Somebody just got dropped. Hey! Came in out of nowhere.
Dude, it's just going down.
Why are they all
During the
fighting
game,
each
too.
other? They're all Cowboys fans.
We suck.
The guy recording said we suck.
Dude, they're literally,
They're fighting each other.
yeah, they're Cowboys fans. What's going on here?
Why are you jumping other Cowboys fans? Someone just throws beer on them. This is so unfair. They're all jumping one guy.
Oh my god. Every fucking year.
Every fucking year.
What are you doing?
I'm fucking sick of this shit. Every fucking year.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What are you doing? What the? Oh my god. Oh my fucking god.
She's laughing. She's laughing at him. He's out of there, bro. Running over.
Oh my god.
Oh, no way. He actually is. He's going to run it
Yeah.
over.
He's
He's tired of it.
She ain't doing shit.
oh my god. Oh shit.
Wait, what just happened?
Oh.
The whole screen came off.
That last play was so trash. Oh! Yeah!
Got the Romo jersey.
Hey! Well, if he wanted, you know, if he wanted some luck in the playoffs, he can't put on a Romo jersey.
Where's you
Bro,
going?
at least you made the playoffs. Come on, man.
Bro, he's crying.
You didn't let that go. It's over with. Ain't nobody cheated.
Why you coming down here now?
Because man, you need to let this go.
Hey, nothing go, man.
Look at this go. Look at this go. It's over with.
Hey, man.
He already is. He's already putting lighter fluid
He's got
on the
lighter
jersey.
fluid out. There's a minute left. He's got lighter fluid out.
What you gonna do for that jersey?
Look like, man.
Man, you is tripping.
Hey. Good, man.
That's messed up, bro. People love burning jerseys.
Let's go. It's over. Stop
I
crying.
want to see if he burns it. Does he actually burn it?
He's just thinking about it.
Tripping.
Oh, he did it.
He's
Oh
just
my
thinking
gosh.
about it.
Okay, we gotta. Did
Dude, have you ever had a moment where you've thought about burning a jersey?
No, I don't think so.
I'm trying to think if there's ever a moment I was actually so pissed.
Like at a certain player? I don't think so. No, I don't think I've ever been that
I'm trying to think.
involved.
Chat, you guys ever had a moment where you legitimately felt like ripping apart your own team's jersey?
Dude, and just to think, it wasn't even just the Cowboys fans. It was the Cowboys' own Twitter laying it into the Dak, saying Dak gave away the ball twice in the narrow loss to the 49ers in a matchup the Cowboys had a chance to win if they didn't again generate self-inflicted.
The Dallas
wounds.
Cowboys Twitter account tweeted that? What
Yes.
the fuck?
Yes.
Yo, I love this Twitter account. Bro, they actually take some accountability. I hate the Lions Twitter account, bro. I hate the Lions Twitter account. Every single time we lose a game, that fucking social media intern, that 18-year-old girl they hired with
Making
her marketing
excuses.
degree, literally, it's just the score. That's it. Nothing. Be fucking 41-0. 41-0. Be like, and it's just a picture. Lions 0, Seahawks 41.
Oh my
It's like, fuck you,
God.
bro. Say something.
Dude, and just to cap it off, what were they doing here?
The worst play in NFL history. Okay.
What were they doing here?
If this is the worst play in NFL history, let me just say, you definitely didn't see the Patriots game.
What one was
Patriots
that?
versus Raiders when Jacoby Myers pitches the ball
Oh,
back
yes.
to Mac Jones.
Yes.
And Chandler Jones.
Did you see
runs
this
him
play?
over.
You saw this?
Yeah, we were all watching it together.
Oh, yes.
I just don't understand. I
What?
just don't understand. I don't know ball, guys. I admit it. Right here, right now, I'm going to admit it to everyone. I don't know ball because what the fuck am I watching? Okay, so here's my understanding of the play. The right side of the line is a full-on decoy. They don't do anything.
Yeah.
On the left side here, since Zeke is the center and he's an ineligible receiver, the idea is whoever that is, Kevontae Turpin catches the ball and pitches it back to Zeke, and then maybe Zeke has those blockers on the right side or left side. He can kind of choose. But what they elect to do is this. Kevontae Turpin runs a 9-yard hitch directly into a defender, and you just lost the playoffs.
Dude, my favorite part is Zeke just getting absolutely pancaked. Look at him. Just
he got shit on.
absolutely ran over.
I don't know why he didn't even try to block
It
him.
almost looks like to me they're trying to give it to Dak Prescott here. Watch Dak. Watch how he just takes off sprinting when he throws it.
Okay.
I
hear that.
You were just so lost.
I hear
Why not put your center there to actually snap it and so
that.
you can actually
I mean,
block?
instead of running a play out of fucking the NCAA 03 playbook for the fucking Syracuse mascot mode, what if you just ran a Hail Mary? Like what the fuck? What if Dalton Schultz knew the NFL rules and got out of bounds?
God, yes.
What if Dalton
Holy
Schultz
shit, I
caught the
forgot
ball?
about that. 2 in a row.
Dalton Schultz is so happy that this play is being talked about.
Yes.
More than the fact that he fumbled 2 serious clock management.
Oh my god.
They were trying to lateral. Well, I see what they were trying to do. It clearly didn't work. Turbo, what's good, bro? Good to see you. Let me read some of these real quick. But yeah, Cowboys, you deserve this loss. This is pitiful, man. Jack, only time I wanted to rip my jersey is when Seattle didn't run the ball. Totally understandable, bro. If I was a Seattle Seahawks fan and that shit happened, I rip my jersey. I'd light it on fire, dude. I've become a fan of a different team. David, member for 4 months. Appreciate you, bro. He says, yo, go Browns. Hey, I love it, dude. Chris, member for 3 months. Hey, Chase, how does it feel to be the hottest man alive? We saw that one. David,
love you, Chris.
Member for 3 months. New VIP. Let's go Goat. Appreciate you, bro. You're a stud. CFM, no, I don't stream CFM anymore. Dude, I'm sorry, chat, but I'm so fucking soft. I can't handle playing stuff with you guys. You guys are such backseat gamers. It's unbelievable. It's literally no fun. So I just play them off stream now, and we added them up. It still works. Like, you still get franchise, and I don't have to be a little bitch about chat anymore. So I feel like it's a win-win for all of us. Turbo, it's good to see you as always, bro. Niners are winning it. Sorry. Hey, listen, I wouldn't be sad. I don't have a dog in the fight. I do not care who wins. The Detroit Lions did not make it. And my team that I predicted to win it all was the Dallas Cowboys. So I don't really care who wins it at this point. I just think the Eagles are going to get it. What do we got here?
Oh, okay.
Yep. You love Dak, but it might be time to move on. I don't think the Cowboys organization moves on from Dak. But if I ever see Dak Prescott win a Super Bowl in my lifetime, I'll be so unbelievably shocked. I don't even know what I would do.
Ranking NFL teams' futures tier list right here, baby. It is very early, but we're getting a good look at how teams are performing. After this, we will actually look at who is in, I guess it's not the transfer portal, but kind of who's up in the air with where they're going, like Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady, Derek Carr, some of the players. But as of right now, let's make a tier list on what we think these teams will be like next year. And then we can come back on that next year and see how we did. This is really early, but I like to do this right now because we have a really good grasp of how all these teams have been playing. And
I like it. I think this is a great idea. So this is ranking NFL teams' futures.
Yes. So we can change these if you want, but I put in there
let's
Super Bowl
change them
contender.
so that anybody who's watched this as a clip out or anybody in chat who's an actual fucking moron with 6 IQ can understand.
Okay.
So the S tier, let's just do SA.
Okay.
Let's just do SA, B, C, and D.
Okay.
So how good the future looks for the team.
Yes. I like it.
Huh. This is interesting.
Let's start off with the teams in the playoffs right now.
Okay, we'll start out with every playoff team. Like, whose window is still there and whose window is collapsing?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm going to say the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to put them in S tier.
I like it.
Here's what I like about the Cincinnati Bengals. Your young quarterback now has Super Bowl experience and guaranteed AFC championship experience. Potentially, he has 2-time Super Bowl experience. Yeah. I think on paper, I don't think the Bengals are all that talented. I think their offensive line is pretty mid. I think their defensive players have stepped up big, even though they're not the big names.
Yeah.
And then I think their offensive line, and then I think their wide receivers are incredible. Quarterback's excellent, and Joe Mixon's played really well too.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like anyone is going anywhere. It doesn't look like Joe Burrow's going to be traded or anything like that.
I think he's
looks like Joe Burrow's going to be signing a fat contract.
That's your franchise QB.
Yes.
So yes, I think, and Burrow made that comment, the window's my whole career.
Yeah.
But I think the future is bright for Cincinnati Bengals. I think if I'm a Bengals fan, I'm very excited. They turned this team around fast too. Let's not forget that like 2-3 years ago, Cincinnati Bengals were
down bad,
horrible. Yeah, and you know who one of my favorite players is on that Bengals defense? Someone just mentioned in chat is Mike Hilton. Mike Hilton was so fucking
the linebacker?
Good. Corner.
Oh,
he's playing like a linebacker.
Who's the middle linebacker?
Logan Wilson.
Yeah, Logan Wilson.
He's from Wyoming. He played with Josh Allen.
He is nasty.
Mm-hmm. That's what I love about the Bengals team, dude. They really play really well with their scheme, and these aren't the guys that you talk about a lot. Like Logan Wilson is not generally in a top linebacker conversation.
Yeah.
Mike Hilton is generally not in a top corner conversation, but they play great.
Yeah.
You know, Sam Hubbard's been really good too, and he's not in the top, edge rusher conversation very often. So we'll keep them in S tier. I know things were a struggle there for the Buffalo Bills, but I'm going to keep the Buffalo Bills in S tier.
Okay.
I don't see how things go like horribly downhill for them. I think they certainly have some work to do on the defensive side of the ball to let the Dolphins put up 31 and then the Bengals put up 27 after. It's frustrating as a Bills fan. I don't think the Bills have ever won a Super Bowl, but they went to 4 so far.
Yeah.
So it's almost like they got a curse or something. But that does not mean that their future is not super bright. Josh Allen is the franchise QB. Again, kind of like the Bengals. He's the franchise QB. I know recency bias. We all want to say the Buffalo Bills suck ass, but they don't. They just had a horrible game. You still got Stephon Diggs.
I was literally just going to say, you see how Stephon Diggs was fucking livid about how he wasn't getting the ball? I could see Diggs leaving the Bills.
You think?
If he got a fat bag, I could see Diggs getting out of there. I think he's just like, bro, we are so we're here every time and we're not making we're not getting better. I mean, they're a really good team, but it's like, how can you not? You just keep making.
It's got to be
mistakes
frustrating for him to be so close to the Super Bowl so many times.
So say the Bengals come to him and say, hey,
not the Bengals.
We got some bread over here, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
I could see it Kansas City maybe. Someone, no wide receivers, but Bengals ain't going to take him. I see what you mean. Like, are you saying you might put Bills in A as opposed to S?
I still like the Bengals S tier. I think any team that has Josh Allen deserves to be at least A or S. But I just can see we might not be putting the Bills in S tier very much longer if they start.
Well, that's the point, though. This is their future.
No, yes. I know. I
so
like
would
a
you
mess.
put him in A?
I like a mess. I don't know. What do you guys think, chat? What do you guys think?
Diggs tweeted. Have you seen Diggs' recent tweets? No, I have not. What did he say? Stephon Diggs tweet?
No, I haven't.
Actually. Let's move it. I like what you're saying here. Let's move Bills to A tier.
Okay. Yeah, actually, a lot of chat saying A. Okay.
Stephon Diggs tweets.
Damn.
His tweets recently, he said, want me to be okay with losing? Nah. Want me to be okay with our level of play when it's not up to the standard? Nah. It's easy to criticize my reaction more than the result. I don't think that's very negative on the team.
No,
I think
that doesn't sound bad.
He's speaking for the entire team. He's saying, I'm not okay with our level of play because it wasn't up to the level that the Bills usually play at. I don't think there's anything wrong with that tweet.
Yeah, I like it.
I think people just go crazy. D is fucking insane. If you think the future of the Buffalo Bills is D tier, you're absolutely out of your mind. The Buffalo Bills are going to be playoff contenders for the next 3-4 years. The reason I wouldn't put them as, number one, you're not going to have high draft picks. Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer are old. You do have some good young guys, but you don't have this plethora of good young guys.
Von Miller, he's old.
Von Miller's not even with the team anymore. Is he? Or was he injured this year?
Yeah, he was injured, yeah. And I got injured.
Is Von Miller coming back? Interesting. But yes, he's getting old too.
Yes, yes.
Same point. Yeah, I think a lot of
the
your
one
key
thing
guys
that
are
I did
old.
actually just realize too, the Bills secondary just took a beating, dude. Pretty sure they had like, I don't know the numbers, but they had a lot of people out in the secondary. But that doesn't secondary, the defense does nothing to do with your only scoring. What did
10
they just
points.
score?
It's so
10
true. We
points.
can talk about how good the Bengals were. You only scored 10 points.
Yeah.
You had Stephon Diggs. You had Gabriel Davis. You had Josh Allen. You scored 10 points.
Tore his ACL, Miller for 6-year deal. Yeah.
Damn.
Von Miller.
He's on for 6 years.
It's fucking nasty.
Well, he
though.
ain't getting better. I'll tell you that. He's a beast, but he's not getting better at football.
Yeah, so actually, I remember a stat. They were like 4th, and it was either like rushing defense, some defensive stat, and then when Miller got hurt, they dropped to like 24th in the league.
He is so good. He was
Yeah.
a huge part in the Rams winning their Super Bowl. He's
Yeah.
a fucking monster, dude.
Yeah. Okay, here. So we got Bengals S, Bills A. What about the Chiefs?
S.
S?
I will not be moving the Chiefs out of S. I don't care what you guys convince me. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in football consistently year over year over year. This team lost Tyreek Hill and hardly lost a step.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought, Patrick Mahomes doesn't have Tyreek Hill, the yak merchant anymore. It didn't fucking matter. He can make anybody look good. That whole team, the whole scheme, so long as Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce are there, the rest does not matter that much to me. They are that good right now, especially with Andy Reid. Now, I think they have a Buccaneers situation where the Buccaneers with Bruce Arians are a hell of a lot different than the Buccaneers with a different head coach. So I think you kind of need the core. You need the core of Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce.
Andy Reid seems like a very, very good coach.
No, he's a stud.
Yeah.
Listen, I think those guys are there for the next 3-4 years. So the future for the Chiefs is S tier until something cataclysmic changes. Yeah, they got Kadarius Toney. I mean, that's the thing. It doesn't matter. Kadarius Toney's nice. So is Juju. So is Sky Moore. But all of that really doesn't matter. I think the Chiefs could make it work with anybody, right? Clearly, it didn't matter if they had Tyreek Hill or not since they're in the AFC Championship.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an S tier team to me. Philadelphia Eagles, S tier. 100% S tier. You will lose some of those guys on the O-line to age within the next 4 years because there are still some guys from that Super Bowl team. I think Lane Johnson, Jason Kelce.
Yeah.
But you're about to go to the NFC Championship and your quarterback is 23. 23, 24? Something like that. A.J. Brown's about the same age. Devonta Smith's about the same age. Dallas Goedert's about the same age. This team is young. Super young. It's just, they get a top pick those years too. Yeah, exactly. I think the future is very, very, very bright for the Philadelphia Eagles. It's crazy that they are as deep as they are in the playoffs with the expectations they had. They've been the most impressive team for me. At least for what we expected. San Francisco 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
This is a hard one for me. I'm going to say A or S, but I have to think about it. What do you think for the San Francisco 49ers? I'm not going to put Brock Purdy on the level of Jalen Hurts.
I know. That's what I was just going to say. It's really all coming back to how Brock Purdy is. So I think we'd have to give him A just because we don't really know how
We don't know the future of their quarterback room.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. I mean, as of right now, it seems like Brock Purdy is going to be their starting quarterback, but who knows? Maybe Brock Purdy does absolutely dog shit next week, and then you never know. He could start falling off in the offseason, and Trey Lance comes back, and then maybe they get to training camp, and Trey Lance is looking really, really good, and Brock Purdy's not looking that good. So, if I feel like if Brock Purdy was kind of solidified in there, and we knew a lot about him, I could think easy S.
I agree
just
with you.
the amount of weapons they have on offense, but
Yeah, when I look at the
I think
three
it's
S tier
early.
teams, it's like Jalen Hurts almost won MVP,
Yeah.
and he's young. That's their guy.
yeah.
Mahomes did win MVP. That's their guy. Duh. Joe Burrow, that's their guy. Bills, Josh Allen, yeah, that's their guy, but the rest of the pieces aren't there. The Niners are the opposite. The Niners have every piece in the world. They got a great scheme. They got a great coach, but it's a questionable quarterback room. I am going to put it in A tier for that reason. Who do we got next?
We could do Cowboys.
Playoff teams. Cowboys, I got to go B or C. Zeke, I say this every single time. I feel like a Ezekiel Elliott hater now.
Yeah.
But Ezekiel Elliott every single year produces worse and worse and worse. Tony Pollard's eventually going to come in and take over. That's fine, but you're still paying Ezekiel Elliott a massive bag. There's a reason teams don't shell out that much money for running backs anymore.
Yeah.
Because it ain't worth it. And as long as Dak Prescott is their guy, which they got a whole lot of money tied up in Dak Prescott too, I don't think this team has a deep playoff future. It is so hard for me to envision Dak Prescott making a Super Bowl. But on the other hand, their defense is so bright.
That's
Their
what I was just going to
defense
say.
is
It's so
excellent
hard
and
because
it's
their
young.
defense
You've got-
is so good.
You have either the best or the second best defensive player in football right now on your defense, and that's in Micah Parsons.
Yes.
Micah Parsons is excellent. Trayvon Diggs has played well.
you're-
Leighton Vander Esch getting old.
Yeah. If you're that type of player, say Micah Parsons, I don't know what was his contract and what all he's got, but do you start getting fed up and say, I want to be on a team that's actually going to win me a bowl? Or do you just say, stay with your team? You're the best player. You do very good on defense. Like you guys have, like you stay on an amazing defense, but you're never going to win a Super Bowl. Or you go over to a defense that isn't as good, but you got a really good offense. So you kind of, you got to flow with it a little.
If I'm Micah Parsons, I don't change a single thing.
Yeah.
I think for his career, his best option is to stay with the scheme that fits best for him.
Mm-hmm.
Is Micah Parsons a generational talent who could do this on any team? Or is Micah Parsons a guy who is insanely good and is amazing with the Dallas Cowboys scheme? That's probably a question that Micah Parsons asks himself.
Yeah. I think
Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he is a generational talent.
Yeah.
But if it ain't broke, don't fix it career-wise. Unless your sole goal is to win a Super Bowl and that's it, I'm staying with the Dallas Cowboys. And I don't think his sole goal is to do anything else. The only other tier I'd put the Dallas Cowboys in is the C tier. Except, here's the thing. The Dallas Cowboys aren't going to get any worse. I mean, theoretically, they shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Their team, Dak, will continue to play at Dak's level. That's why I'm not putting them in A or S. But Micah's only going to get better.
Yeah.
A lot of these defensive guys are only going to get better. You're going to add players to this team. You're not losing anything major. I'm keeping them in B tier.
Okay.
They still should be a playoff team next year.
What other team? We got the Giants here. They were playoffs.
Oh, really bright. It's A or S. I'm actually going to say A and not S. Here's why it's not S. I know that there's been a lot of Danny Dimes hype, and I know Danny Dimes has significantly outperformed himself over the last 2 years. But when it got to a real big game against a very good team with a very good defense, it's Danny Dimes again. He threw for 125 yards and an interception, and they got dicked on. I think their future is very, very bright, but Daniel Jones, there's a reason Daniel Jones has been Daniel Jones. He's not a top caliber quarterback prospect. He just isn't. He's played well. He's played so much better. Saquon, I'm so glad Saquon's back. I'm so glad they got Brian Daboll. This is a team that was supposed to be shit and played really well. I think they can use that momentum. They can ride that momentum, and for the next couple of years, they can get better and better. Daniel Jones just isn't the guy for me. I just don't think he's the franchise QB that they need in there to really go deep in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's tough.
So Brian DeBoll. Brian
DeBeal.
Brian DeBelio.
Yeah, DeBeal.
Yeah, Brian DeBelio, though, coach of the year. Hell of a year for DeBelio.
Yeah.
I think he killed it. So I'm going to keep him there.
Mr. DeBelio.
Pollard's a free agent. I strongly believe Pollard goes back with the Cowboys because they're going to keep utilizing him and not Zeke. So that doesn't change much for me.
Let's do the Seahawks. They're another playoff team.
I almost want to say S.
S?
The Seattle Seahawks fleeced the Denver Broncos for about 1 million picks.
Ooh.
They unloaded Russell Wilson's contract, and Geno made it to the playoffs.
Damn, yeah. A lot of chats saying S.
Here's the problem with our tier list. Here's the only problem I'll make with our tier list right now is we don't have a time frame.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a time frame to say... Yeah, it's tough. I think Chad is making a good point that the Niners and the Giants shouldn't be on the same tier. Let's move Giants to B and Cowboys to C. That makes a little more sense for me. Okay. I'm going to move the Seattle Seahawks to S tier. A team that literally almost outwardly said, hey, we're rebuilding. Hey, we're going to rebuild. Sorry, Russ. We're going to take all these picks from the Broncos. We're going to retain our picks.
Yeah.
And we're going to rebuild our entire team. We're going to suck for a little bit. That team went to the playoffs. That team had Geno Smith play amazing in relief. And that team has the picks from the Denver Broncos, who were fucking horrible. Horrible. So they're going to have amazing draft picks. I think they have the 5th pick, maybe the 4th from Denver.
Either way.
And they have that for this year, next year, and the year after that. They have so much ability to rebuild this team. There's absolutely no guarantee that the Seattle Seahawks are going to be good next year or the year after that. I think they might have outperformed this year a little bit, and their schedule's going to be schedule. I don't think Gino's their franchise guy, but as far as teams that can rebuild properly, Seattle Seahawks are S tier. 100%. I mean, you look at the future of the Chiefs, it's not because they're rebuilding or because they have all this potential for players to get better. They're just crazy good, and they're going to keep being crazy good. But the Seattle Seahawks are mid and absolutely have some of the highest potential to become crazy good. So they're staying in S tier.
Another playoff team, the Vikings.
Oh, this is so hard.
They're gonna get hard. They're getting hard, dude.
I'm about to say B tier.
Okay.
I think that the Dallas Cowboys showed that through changing your defensive scheme, you can change a lot with your defense. The Dallas Cowboys had one of the worst defenses in the league. They draft Micah Parsons. They change up their defensive scheme, and all of a sudden, the Dallas Cowboys have one of the best defenses in the league. Where did that come from, right? That's the Vikings to me right now, except I like the Vikings offense about 1 billion times better than the Dallas Cowboys offense. I do not like the Dallas Cowboys offense. Not with Dak up there, not with Zeke getting older, not with CeeDee Lamb as the only very legitimate target.
Yeah.
You got Justin Jefferson, a top 3 wide receiver in football. You got TJ Hawkinson.
Yep.
I want to say a top 5 tight end in football.
Yes.
You've got Dalvin Cook. Yeah, he's getting older, but I still want to put him in a top 5 or 6 running backs in the entire league.
Got Thielen. He's just solid.
He's solid. He's getting old too, though.
Yeah.
KJ Osborne's been really good. I like the Vikings offense a lot. Their defense was their kryptonite this year. I don't think they were nearly as good as they were so overrated this year. Their record was inflated. They had a negative point differential. They were 11-0 in 1-score games. So I'm not taking that into account. I do think their future is still good, though. You just got to make some significant adjustments on defense. You got to use your draft picks on defense. You got to sign free agents on defense because I think your offense is as good as it's going to get.
Yeah.
Realistically, there's not a piece I can really say you need to get on offense. This is a bribe. Put the Pats in at least A tier. Joshua, $10 dono. Do I be an internet prostitute and do it? Their defense is so old, though. Yeah, listen, I don't think Vikings defense is going to get better next year, but this is the team's entire future. Let's call it a 5-year window. That's what we'll call it, guys, for this tier list. We're going to call it a 5-year window. Which teams have a realistic shot in the next 5 years of making deep playoff pushes? That's how this is tiered, okay? So in the next 5 years, the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Eagles, the Seahawks, I like. The Bills and Niners, I really well, I asked you, I really like. A, I like. B, C, and D is absolutely no shot.
Okay.
I'm going to put the Browns in D tier.
Okay.
Browns' Deshaun Watson trade could go down as a very, very bad trade. Browns have struggled. They've continued to struggle. The only way this turns around for me is if Deshaun Watson really comes into stride next year and really just starts going crazy, because the Browns give up all their draft picks to the Houston Texans.
They gave up a lot to have
They're
Deshaun
in a similar
Watson
position to the Denver Broncos, who shelled out a lot and suck right now. That really sucks. The Denver Broncos shelled out a whole lot and they suck right now. The Cleveland Browns shelled out a whole lot. They kind of suck right now. I think the Browns are better than the Broncos as far as the future goes, but I just can't see the Browns being contenders in the next 5 years. I can't see it at all.
What about the Dolphins? Dolphins were the last.
I'm going to go A.
Okay.
Dolphins can go A tier. Dolphins lose some questionable games, some really questionable games. I think a lot of their success hinges on Tua Tagovailoa. I don't think I could confidently make an opinion on Tua Tagovailoa. He's played really good. He's played poorly. Yeah. He's had his concussions. Skylar Thompson wasn't it. And then you've got some of the best wide receivers in football. You've got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki. You've got a good coach. I think Mike McDaniel's a little overrated. I think he's a coach that a lot of people love to talk about on social media, but I don't think that makes him a great coach. I think he is good. So A tier, but not S tier. I think the future is bright, though. Tua's a top 5 QB.
I don't think so.
I might be able to say he's top 15. I don't even think I say top 10, though. I'm going to name 10 quarterbacks better than Tua Tagovailoa right now. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Matthew Stafford,
Aaron Rodgers.
Kyler Murray, Tom Brady,
10, 11.
Goff, Joshua Dobbs, Davis Mills, Carson Wentz, Derek Carr, Taylor Heineke. Okay, I'm done.
James, yeah.
You not just say Stafford?
Kenny Pickett.
You mean Super Bowl ring, top 10 quarterback Matthew Stafford? Shut up. You guys don't know ball. If you think Tua is better than Matt Stafford, then you don't know ball. You just don't know ball. Dude, last year Stafford was in the MVP race. He had fucking plumbers and mailmen out there this year. It was a bad year for the Rams. Whatever.
Bucks.
I'm just going to say C. I don't think it's as pitiful as D tier. I think you kind of shelled out to get your Super Bowl with Tom Brady. You don't have Bruce Arians. There's some coaching staff misalignment. Either you have Brady for one more year, you don't get him. So who's your quarterback now?
Yeah, dude.
The future of the Bucks, I'm not going to say is horrible. It's just so questionable that I have no confidence putting it any higher than C tier. So there you go. Jaguars, I'm going to put an A tier.
Okay.
Young, stud, franchise QB. It is a quarterback-driven league. You just put up a great game against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
On a playoff run.
I like
and
them
the
A
season
for sure.
before that, you went 3-14.
Yeah.
So I love that. I think A tier. They could almost be S tier, but I think that's a reach. I don't know. I think that's a reach. I'm going to keep them in A tier. I don't think they're on the same level of competence as the Bengals or the Chiefs. But yeah,
what about the Jets?
A high A tier team. I'm saying B or C. What do you think?
I think I like B. I think they got a really young team, and I think really their quarterback situation is just what's chapping them. You know, you got Zach Wilson that just says the most random shit. He's not accountable for anything. It seems like.
He's a goofball.
And then I mean, who was out? It was Joe Flacco. Was their other quarterback in there?
Well, Mike White and then Joe Flacco.
Like there's just nothing's going on there. So if you can get a solid quarterback, I mean, I don't know if they're going to go for like a veteran, if they're going to try and pick up Derek Carr or maybe snag Rodgers from the Packers, but I think they're just a really good quarterback away from being like a really solid team. I think their defense is pretty nasty. I think Breece Hall comes back next season, hopefully healthy.
I like it. They are
nasty.
young. Yeah, this is a 5-year future.
Yeah.
Next year, no, I don't see him. But you just, over the course of the next 5 years, you need to find a quarterback and solidify them as your franchise QB. You cannot get stuck in the Cleveland Browns cycle where you recycle quarterback after quarterback after quarterback. By the way, anyone just joining us, this is a futures tier list. We're ranking teams' viability over the next 5 years. Okay,
Yes.
so the Seattle Seahawks are an S tier because over the course of the next 5 years, I believe they have the best chance at being a really, really good, competent team with all the draft picks they have. Zach Wilson went 5-2 in that scheme. Anyone can. I don't know. That's a little cherry picked.
What about the Lions?
S. Detroit Lions S tier. A 9-8 team. High draft picks from the Los Angeles Rams. Jared Goff's contract ends. We could either re-sign him, sign veterans, sign free agents, or we go a different quarterback route. I think we go Jared Goff. I think our poverty-ass team went 9-8 this season. We're only getting better. We are young. We have capital to use on studs in the draft. That is an S-tier team, baby!
Yeah.
Fully unbiased. Actually, though, think about it. Think about how young
I would put him
this team is. Amani Oruwariye, Kirby Joseph, Among Us St. Brown, DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams. Dude, we got picks. We unloaded Hawkinson for picks. Jamison Williams hasn't hardly even touched the field yet. Just got to develop some chemistry. Had one of the best offenses in the league. We got Aiden Hutchinson, second in Defensive Player of the Year. Fully unbiased, this is an S-tier future for the Detroit Lions. It is the most hopeful I've ever felt for the Detroit Lions.
Yes.
There is no question. It's the most excited I've ever been for Detroit Lions football.
Let's go.
Like this year, I was fully out of it. I was like, no, fuck you. I'm not about it. Yeah, Panay Sewell, dude. I'm about to get more studs. We got 2 first rounders. We're gonna get some elite players.
Hey, let's sauce some more in there.
Falcons, I'm gonna put them in C tier. I'm just gonna quickly put the Falcons in C tier. I think I don't know, man. There's not a lot of players left from their Super Bowl, so that experience is going out the window. Patterson's only getting slower. You've got a defunct quarterback room. I'm keeping them in C tier. Tennessee Titans, I'm putting in C tier. Same reason. Quarterback room is questionable. Derrick Henry's only getting older. He can only carry your team for so long. Houston Texans, I'm going to put in A tier. Houston Texans suck ass. They got a fucking fleecing from the Cleveland Browns. And yeah, they suck right now, but they just cleaned house. Lovie Smith tanked, which is pretty sure why they hired him. They fired him. They're on the rebuild. This is the start of a rebuild for the Houston Texans. They've got a lot of draft capital to do it. So as long as they don't blow it over the next 5 years, they're going to be good. The only reason I'm not putting them in S tier is they actually suck major dick and balls right now. Whereas the Seahawks are a playoff team. But the Texans, like, truly suck ass right now. So over the course of the next 5 years, I like their chances. Baltimore Ravens, I'm going to put in C tier. I think you lose Lamar Jackson. Once you lose Lamar Jackson, you implode.
You think they're going to lose him?
I think someone else is going to pay Lamar Jackson. I don't think the Baltimore Ravens are going to do it.
Who's that going to be? Is that going to be the Jets?
It's going to be the Jets. and if Lamar goes to Jets, you move the Jets up to S tier. But
yeah,
I know that's very circumstantial, but I do believe the odds of Lamar leaving the Ravens are pretty good. And even if you re-sign Lamar, this team, I just hate their scheme. I don't like their coaching. I don't like the future for the Baltimore Ravens. If you get Lamar, it's a different story. The fact that they may lose Lamar, I'm keeping them in C tier. Chicago Bears. I'm going to say B or A. I like their future. I like Justin Fields a lot. I like what they've done with him. I don't know. It's hard to put you any higher than B tier when you go. I'm keeping Chicago Bears in B tier. They don't have the capital that the Texans have, and they suck right now as bad as the Texans.
Yeah.
The Texans have the capital. The Bears don't have as much. I'm keeping them there. I'm keeping the Bears in B tier future. Colts, probably C tier, I'd say. Colts are floundering for a quarterback right now. You just got a brand new head coach. You're floundering for a quarterback. You've gone through a couple different guys. You went through Carson Wentz. You went through Matt Ryan. None of it worked. And now you've been using, Sam Ellinger? Whatever his name is?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I mean, you got Jonathan Taylor. He's one of the best running backs in football, even if he didn't have a spectacular year. Sorry for your fantasy team, guys. But I don't see the Colts being a contender in the next 5 years. Rams, I'm going to put in C or D. I mean, they spent so much to do their Super Bowl run.
Yeah.
They spent
Sean
a whole
McVay
lot.
is coming back, so I guess
McVay's coming back.
that should be good for them.
I mean, Stafford ain't getting
I'm
any
gonna say,
better.
I'm not sure how much longer Stafford has. Does he have another 5 years?
Aaron Donald potentially retiring. Did you see that he
True,
changed his
yeah.
Twitter bio?
Yup.
I'm actually going to put him in D tier. Okay, so here's my reasoning for Rams in D tier for anyone who's pissed off about this. If I'm going to put the Ravens in C tier because I don't think Lamar's going back there,
Yeah.
I'm going to put the Rams in D tier because when Aaron Donald leaves, which is either probably this year or next year, based on whatever the hell we saw.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm probably reaching for that on Twitter. But yeah, Stafford ain't getting any better. And we saw what this team looked like this year. That
Pretty
shit
bad.
ain't.
Pretty
I don't know
dog
how
shit.
you drastically change that, especially without draft picks.
You
They
think
traded
Odell
their draft
will
picks
ever
to
play
Lions.
again? You think Odell's done?
I think he's done. He's
Yeah.
never playing football ever again. I don't see it. No, I mean, everyone thought he was going to play this year.
Yeah.
And then the body cam comes out of him getting arrested. I don't think he's playing football anymore.
What about the Raiders? Derek Carr leaving. What do you see the Raiders doing in the next 5 years?
See. I can't put the Raiders in D tier because I think they bottomed out.
Yeah.
Like their future to me is only better. They lost tons of close games. Was Derek Carr the problem? No, but at least you're committing to the rebuild now.
What was Devontae Adams? Did he sign a pretty fat deal? Is Devontae Adams going to want to get out of there now that Carr's gone?
That's a good question. I know that's why he wanted to go to the Raiders.
Right. So is that I mean, Fuck, that'd put them in D. Losing Derek Carr and Devontae Adams, that'd put you straight in a D tier. Holy shit. All right, Chargers.
Yeah, you're right. I might be the most questionable on my Raiders pick here,
Okay.
but I'm going to keep them.
Okay.
Broncos D. I don't know. You have to change something drastically fast.
Yeah, I
Because
don't know
you're
how
still
you
paying-
bring in Russell Wilson and still just be that.
Actually, no. I think that's a social media pick right there. I'm putting the Broncos in C tier.
Okay.
Broncos having a spectacular defense. The way that Russell Wilson played this year, I don't think like we just learned that Russell Wilson sucks at football. I think Nathaniel Hackett was horrible, and I think the Broncos can play so much better than that. I think that was an anomaly piss poor year. I think with the new coaching staff in there and with Russell realizing just how bad it was and having a lot of motivation to make this team better, I think they have to be a lot better over the course of the next couple of years. I'm not going to put them in D tier.
Chargers.
That's tough. If they still got Brandon Staley, that's so tough.
You don't like them?
No, I do.
Mm.
I just don't like them A tier. I'm going to say B.
Okay.
This is a really hard one for me. I almost want to say A, but I think I'm going to keep it B.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it in
It's
B
tough.
tier.
It is tough because I can't gauge how good Justin Herbert is. I know he's good, but like
It is difficult. I'm keeping him in B tier.
Okay.
Almost for the reason I couldn't tell you. Keenan Allen is relatively old. Mike Williams is No, I'm keeping him in B tier. I don't have a good one for you guys on the Chargers. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Just to me, every time I watch the Chargers play, it's like, how does this team get better?
Mhm.
Like, this team's already really good, and yet they don't win big games. You just choked the 27-0 lead. We've watched the Chargers do this many times. I just don't like, how does the team get better? Herbert's playing great football. Eckler's playing great football. Bosa's amazing.
Yep.
Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, you got all the wide receivers you could ever want. You've got some studs on defense, Asante Samuel, Derwin James. I don't know how this team gets better. I just feel like they're almost maxing out with what their scheme and coaching allows.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep them in B tier,
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. That's how I'm going to keep them.
Commanders.
I'm going to put C.
See?
C. For the same reason I put the Falcons and the Titans. You don't know what you're doing to your quarterbacks.
True.
I think the Washington football team has a lot of good players on paper. If you don't got a quarterback and even one that you could remotely trust, it's really hard to put you higher than C tier.
Okay, the Packers then.
Oh God.
Because their quarterback situation's kind of up in the air right now too.
I think the next 5 years for the Green Bay Packers is gonna be grim. I'm gonna put him in C tier. For the next 5 years, though, like next year, if Aaron Rodgers is still there, you're still a great team.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. But Aaron Rodgers is not going to be there for the next 5 years. And in that period where Aaron Rodgers gets out and somebody gets in, I think it's going to be a tough 2-3 years for the Green Bay Packers. New Orleans Saints, C tier. Same deal here. You don't know your quarterback room.
Yep.
You got to know your quarterback room. It's
That's what
quarterback
a
league.
lot of these pretty much, I guess. No,
Totally.
quarterback room.
Yeah.
I mean, Russell
Coaching.
Wilson. Yeah, coaching.
Coaching. Quarterback room.
Quarterback room.
Nice. I mean, I
Yeah.
agree 100%. I actually think the Panthers could have a bright future if they get that figured out. Oh, it doesn't look good for the Cardinals either. C for Cardinals.
I would
want to
say,
put them in high. Yeah, I want to
I
put them
would
pretty
say
high.
B, A.
I almost want to put them
think
in A, dude.
I really like Kenny Pickett. My concern is just, is Najee Harris, is he just not that good? Is he already?
He looked really good the last couple.
I know. It's just like you would think he would just be like solid, but there's just been a few games where he just does not look good at all. I really like how Kenny Pickett's performing. So I think that is a really good upward trend.
I'm going to put the Steelers in A tier.
Okay. I like it.
Crazy good defense, a young, improving offense. Offense sucked. It can only go up because it was that bad.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett can only get better, presumably. It could be downward for the Steelers, but I just love their defense. Their defensive scheme is so good. And Kenny Pickett is young and developing. I think they did a good job this year. So we'll keep that there.
Last team.
I don't know, dude, about the Patriots. That guy, you put him in A tier. Patriots A tier. Someone donated $10, said I'm bribing you to put the Patriots in A tier. I think the Patriots have a very bright 5-year future. Congratulations, New England Patriots. You're going to have a lot of success over the next 5 years. All right, boys, this is our tier list.
You never know.
For the brightest futures in the NFL.
For the next 5 years.
If you disagree, if you think this list is absolute dog shit and I'm a casual, feel free to comment that for free engagement for me. I would really appreciate that. All right, let's get it.
You never know. Maybe this is a sign that Tom Brady is going to go back to the Patriots to end his career.
Yeah, see, that's why his future's so bright. Tom Brady going back there for one more ring. Patriots, baby. Pats are going to be good. Fixing coaching staff, good cap space. Bribing works, boys. There you go, Joshua. Big W. Big W.
All right, baby. So we just talked about how the futures of some of these teams are going to look. So this is perfect to tie us in.
Top 50.
Top 50 players set to enter free agency in the NFL. So let's just scroll through these players here, take a look at them. And maybe talk about where they might go. Maybe they're going to get that classic old franchise tag. That's a little confusing.
Yeah,
but
the player doesn't have to accept it either.
Right.
They could still go anywhere. So here's the top 50 free agents. Lamar has to be one. Totally agree here.
Yep. Lamar, number one.
I think the question for all these guys is, do they re-sign? Because that's the most likely scenario for a lot of people is they just re-sign with the team.
Yeah, we should kind of ask that every time. Does Lamar Jackson sign to the Ravens again?
I don't think so. I don't. They neglected their wide receiver position. This article mentions that. They did. He's got an XFL wide receiver room. You clearly are not sitting there building around your quarterback, or at least not proving to your quarterback that you are when you do that.
Yeah.
And you go ahead and pay Roquan Smith $20 million. So you've got $20 million, but you're not going to sign a wide receiver. You're going to stick him there with Rashad Bateman.
Right.
And name another Ravens receiver. Devin Duvernay. That took me a while. I literally do this all day, every day. That took me a hot second. Let's name one more. Devin Duvernay, Rashad Bateman. One more Ravens wide receiver. I couldn't do it. Let me see. What is the chat saying? Deshaun Jackson? Bro, he's 1 billion years old.
Yeah.
Is your head out of Venus guy's ass cheeks, Baca? Bears A or S? Where'd I put the Bears? Did I put them in A? Put them in B? Oh, DeMarcus Robinson. Because they're saying Prosh. Literally don't know who that is. Straight up.
Sammy Watkins.
You guys get my point.
Either way, yes.
You get my point. Lamar does not have the wide receivers.
Lamar does not stay at the Ravens. He goes to the
New York Jets.
Jets. That would be nasty.
There's a team with a ton of threats at wide receiver who are only getting better.
That would be nasty.
I'd love to have Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson.
Then what? Does Zach Wilson stay there and just to talk shit?
Well, he said whoever comes, he's going to make their life living hell. I'd love to see Zach Wilson try and compete with Lamar Jackson out there.
Yeah.
Classic.
Boy. Number 2 on the list, Geno Smith.
I totally think.
I see him staying, I think.
I think he stays, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Seattle sees Geno as their guy over the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's pretty old already too. But keep him.
Just sign him to a little 2-year, 3-year.
Yeah, keep winning games. Keep the fans excited. Maybe another playoff push. And then either draft a young guy or pick someone up in free agency when you're ready for Geno to step down. I think best case scenario for the Seahawks is they draft a good quarterback and he just sits under Geno and watches him play.
Yeah.
Just like watches Geno play and comes in if he has to late in games, get him some experience. So when he's ready to take over the helm, he's really ready. And he doesn't just kind of get thrown in there.
Stetson Bennett.
You love Stetson Bennett. Chase needs a Stetson Bennett jersey.
He's just built like me. Tom Brady, number 3 coming in here. Top 3 are quarterbacks, of course.
I don't know. Everyone thinks he goes to the Raiders.
I just don't see why. And I get there. Remember, someone did say that the Raiders, like, offensive coordinator was his old offensive coordinator or something. I remember someone saying that.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't know why you go there. What, you have Devontae Adams and
I really don't.
that Collins dude to throw to? Like,
his company is in Vegas. Interesting.
That's why.
I don't know. I think he retires. I get that he's a free agent, but I would say he retires.
Yeah, I really don't know what he does, honestly.
Javon Hargrave is a free agent. Can you scroll this down?
Tons,
Javon Hargrave is a savage. That's a really good free
Darren
agent.
Waller? Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Can you scroll this article down to Javon Hargrave?
Oh, shit. Sorry.
No worries. Javon Hargrave is really, really, really good. Yeah, Hargrave's 92.2 pass rush grade trails only Aaron Donald and Chris Jones at the position. I would totally agree with that. I'd say he's the third best D tackle in the league. I think it'd be Aaron Donald, then Chris Jones, then Javon Hargrave. And if Aaron Donald's going, that makes him the second best. He'll be 30 years old for the 2023 season. It's hard for me to say. I don't know what teams need a D tackle, and I always picture Javon Hargrave as an Eagle. So
I think it'd be so hard to leave a team that you just made such a fat playoff push, maybe even play in the Super Bowl, maybe even win the Super Bowl.
Am I being serious top 3? Yes, I'm being serious top 3.
We gotta think too. We gotta take into like other factors rather than just looking at it from like playing the game, like where you live, where your family wants to go. If you got kids and then you got to enroll them in new schools or whatnot. Like there's life outside of football, and I think a lot of people don't even think about that. They just think, "Oh, this dude's gonna."
He would be good in my Madden franchise, so he'll probably go to that team in real life.
Yeah. Here's a good one: Jesse Bates with the Bengals.
Wow, he's a free agent.
Wow. Yeah.
I think it is an easy re-sign when you're playing for a really good team.
Exactly. That's what I was. That's what I was kind of saying with him. And the Eagles,
Hargrave and Bates. I mean, there's a chance both these guys go to the Super Bowl. It's pretty hard to jump ship after almost winning a Super Bowl. So I could see both of them re-signing with their teams. I couldn't. There's no reason I'd say this would change. Jamel Dean, on the other hand,
there's a lot of Buccaneers, dude. You just had Tom Brady.
Jamel Dean, Levante David's getting old, bro.
3 in the top 10 right there.
Wow, how old is he? Levante David, I couldn't tell you, but I don't think he'd be with Tampa Bay. I think this is kind of, it's funny because of the Buccaneers, and they got that big ship as their logo. I think a lot of Buccaneers would jump ship. I could see Jamel Dean. I think it's probably a deflating year if you're a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Brady's kind of on his way out potentially. Yeah. That you just kind of got smacked around by the fucking Cowboys.
Yeah.
I don't think you see a bright future. So I think if there are players that are going to jump ship and take a bag, here's a guy who's going to take a bag in free agency. Levante David. Levante David might have a year or two left of football in him. He's just trying to secure, a quick 5, 6, 7 mil for a 1 year, take it and go. Kind of like, Von Miller's bouncing around places. I can see Levante David doing that. I know less about Jamel Dean, so I couldn't really say on Jamel Dean. Jacoby Myers, if I'm Jacoby Myers, I need to go to an offense that throws to their wide receivers more, throws downfield, can prove that he's good. Jacoby Myers is definitely really frustrated. Was Jacoby Myers the guy they took over A.J. Brown or over Justin Jefferson? Is that the guy? Do you know what I'm talking about, chat? Christian says, thoughts on Kirk Cousins? Should Vikings trade him? No, Kirk Cousins is Vikings QB.
Myers was an undrafted free agent find of the Patriots in 2019.
Oh, N'Keal Harry is who I'm thinking. I'm thinking N'Keal Harry. My bad. Pro Smart 57 is mid. Seahawks beating Chargers by 40 plus in week 7. Wait, Wreckmate, is that franchise? What are you on about? I love it.
Number 9 coming in, offensive tackle, Mike McGlinchey. I
don't know. I couldn't tell you guys. The Casual is going to really come out here. My free agency knowledge is going to be about 0.
I mean, some of these offensive linemen, not sure.
Let's just keep scrolling through them, and if anybody sticks out, I'll let you know.
Just for an example on this, though, it'd be so hard to leave a team like the 49ers, in my opinion.
Yeah,
just thinking about living in a beautiful weather. You're on a really good team. What else could you ask for?
Right.
Unless your coaching staff is ass.
Just keep on this. Orlando Brown, Darren Payne, David Long, Josh Jacobs, a free agent.
Josh Jacobs, bro. Imagine they lose Josh Jacobs, Derek Carr, and Devontae Adams.
I don't think they lose Devontae Adams, but this is crazy.
And Saquon. Look at these two. Woo! 2, number 13 and 14.
I don't think either goes anywhere else. I think there's probably a couple of reasons you leave in free agency. One's for a massive contract that your team won't give you, or 2 is because you're not getting the opportunities that you believe you should. I don't think that's true for either. I think Josh Jacobs got more than enough opportunities. Josh Jacobs is the best running back in the league this year.
Yeah.
And Saquon Barkley is pretty close to that. So I think both of them stay. I think both of them are very happy with their role in the scheme, whether or not their team is winning Super Bowls.
Their chat's saying, some people are saying Josh is gone. He wants out. Josh already said he wants out.
You think Josh Jacobs gone if he knows what's good for him?
And then someone just said Jacobs wants to stay.
Oh yeah, chat. Look at this is a classic chat moment.
Yeah.
Josh already said he wants out. Jacob said he wants to stay. Oh, okay, guys. Thanks, chat. Fuck out of here. I think Josh Jacobs and Saquon stay. Dalvin Tomlinson. He's a D tackle for the Vikings, right? I couldn't tell you much about him. Brad Berry couldn't tell you. Cam Sutton, Pat Pete. Pat Pete's getting
Pat
old,
Pete,
man.
Jordan
I bet you.
Poyer.
I think Pat Pete would
Too.
take a bag from somebody else in free agency, and it's probably not the Minnesota Vikings. Jordan Poyer is getting old. If he re-signs, it'd be with the Bills. Draymond Jones.
Ooh,
I don't
Dalton
know.
Schultz.
Schultz, really?
Huh.
I don't know. I don't know where he would go. I just view him as such a Cowboy.
Yeah, I see him staying, but I guess you
We'll
never
see.
know.
Davenport is going to the Bears. Marcus Davenport, I believe that
Okay.
was already announced. Marcus Davenport is going to the Bears.
Zach Allen,
Don't know shit.
TJ Edwards,
TJ Edwards. is pretty
Tremaine Edmonds.
solid. Ooh, he's good. I like him. He's in the franchise, bro. He's our middle linebacker in the franchise.
Jadeveon Clowney, Jonathan Jones,
Hmm.
Sean C. Gardner Johnson.
Gardner Johnson. Damn, there's a lot of free agents.
Yeah, there is.
Jermaine Pratt, a Bengal. Ben Powers is a solid guard. Sam Malo is a solid guard. Juju's a free
Ooh,
agent, right? He signed a
Juju.
1 year. I hope he signs with the Chiefs again.
Yeah, I do.
I hope he does.
That'd be cool.
Mike Gesicki. Oh, that's hard to not see him as a Dolphin. Juwan Taylor, Bobby Okereke. Okereke is really good. I hope he ends up with a good team. I don't want to see him as a Colt, but I don't know where he would go. Melvin Ingram, the edge rusher. He's getting older, but he's still good. Justin Houston's old. Oh
Just
my
like starting
God.
to realize, like, gosh, you got a lot. You just are constantly dealing with like trying to keep players on your team. You know,
Dude, managing.
I'm just seeing like a lot of
bad.
There's a lot of Cowboys. I've seen quite a few Eagles. Like, holy crap, you got a lot to do when you're trying to keep players on your team.
Bears signed Davenport and maybe Hargrave. Damn, if they got Hargrave, that'd be something. Trade with Colts for Pittman.
Yep. Pollard right here, number 45. Think he stays
Pollard.
though.
Pollard slowly but surely ate into Ezekiel. I think the Cowboys re-sign him. He's their guy.
Yeah.
I'd be frustrated if I was Pollard and I re-signed and Zeke was still getting snaps though. Zeke's ass. Fuck Zeke, bro. Come on.
Marcus
retired.
Peters and Evan Ingram to finish it off here.
Evan
baby.
Ingram's better than people give him credit for. He just sucked down the Giants. He was pretty damn good for the Jaguars here.
I
All
like
right,
it,
top
dude.
50 free agents. I like it.
I like it. That was a good one.
You see,
Let's watch this real quick.
top Pollard broke his leg. No, he didn't. He's slightly injured.
This.
Ooh. And actually, gentlemen, we got to give another huge shout out to Air Up for sponsoring MMG Live. That's actually what I got this water bottle on here for. This right here, what you're looking at, is an Air Up water bottle. Air Up is so awesome because, as you guys know, drinking water is not the most fun activity in the world. And you can add stuff to water to make it taste better, but that's kind of unhealthy. You got to put sugar and all this stuff in it. Air Up is science's way of making water taste better without actually putting anything in it. So at the top of my Air Up water bottle here, you can see an Air Up pod. Here's an example of an Air Up pod still in its package. This flavor here is orange vanilla swirl. Now the way it works is you've got your Air Up water bottle, and right here is the top, and I've got my pod. You slide the pod on, and you press it up to activate it. And every time I take a drink out of my Air Up water bottle, it's going to taste like the pod because as I inhale the scents of that pod, it tricks my brain into thinking the water tastes like that scent. It's so cool. So this one's wild berry. It's my favorite that I got on here. It tastes like water. It tastes like wild berry flavored water, except there's nothing in my water. It's just regular water. It is the best way to stay hydrated this year. Yeah, like with each sip, air bubbles carrying scent from the pod travel with the straw into your mouth where your brain perceives the scent as flavor. That's the most scientific way of putting it rather than my mumbo jumbo. You get the idea. Either way, a huge thank you to Air Up for sponsoring. You can click the link in the top description to get their new steel bottle bundle, which is this one right here. And you can use the code MMG Live for 15% off. Is that correct, Chase? 15% off?
Let me look here, baby. Not 100%.
Link in the top of the description. Code MMG Live.
10%.
Is 10%. Get scammed, idiots. Code MMG Live for 10% off. But yeah, that's the
Have you had
website right there.
Do you have the raspberry lemon? Do you have that?
Not on me.
Have you had that one though? That one looks
I haven't
fire.
tried it yet. I have it upstairs.
Oof,
I'll try it next.
Might have to try that
Got
one.
mango passion fruit.
Ooh, mango. That's
what I'm ripping next.
That's
W scam. Thank you, Nika. I appreciate you.
All
All right. Well, of course, Air Up. Thank you for sponsoring the stream. All right. Cool. What else we got today?
Let me look here. Yeah, let's just talk about this quick. Yeah. We talked about this earlier. The way Brock Purdy's been performing, he's 7-0 as a starter. It's got to be killing Trey Lance to be injured, and the injury is pretty much the reason he's not in Brock Purdy's position, probably, unless he just absolutely played so down bad, horrendous. But this is what Nick Saban said to Brock Purdy when he visited Alabama. I think it's just hilarious. You're below average in height. Your arm strength is whatever. Your accuracy is average. Today, Brock Purdy will become the first QB taken in the 7th round to start in the divisional round. And he fucking won that game. So I got the article.
Whatever. Everything Nick Saban said is true.
Got the article right here. On Thursday, talked to 2 people with knowledge of the organization's plans. They confirmed what is already semi-obvious. The battle is over and Purdy has won. Is it too early for them to be saying that, do you think? Like, are they just kind of...
I don't think it's too early. I don't know how you convince the team that Trey Lance would start. I
was going to say, I think it's really good for Purdy's confidence, but I think also, I don't know, I don't know if you want to say the battle is over, you know? Because like in my head, if you're Trey Lance, you're like, well, I don't want to be on this team if I just am already slotted in as being in the backup no matter what, even if I play better than Brock Purdy all off season. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, they did include that. The battle is over comment is from this guy, not someone in the Niners organization. What someone in the Niners organization said was, barring a seismic jump by Lance and a shocking regression by Purdy or an unfortunate injury, the quarterback to start the 2023 season be Brock Purdy. Yeah, I mean, it's just I guess the counter argument is, what's the point if you're Brock Purdy? What's the point of playing so well,
right,
making a deep playoff push, if just because they drafted some guy higher than you that they got to start the guy? You know, that's the other argument. And I think they made the correct decision in announcing him as the starter. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, if I'm Trey Lance, I'm frustrated, but there's nothing you could do about it. You can only play the best football, and maybe the same thing happens to you. Maybe Brock Purdy goes down, Trey Lance comes in, and he's even better. Yeah, and then Trey Lance gets the job back. I truly believe the scheme is so good that any of them could play well in it. Anybody can play well in that scheme.
I know. Like,
I don't think Brock Purdy's
put Brock Purdy like on the Giants.
No, I don't think it would work as well. It's literally nothing against Brock Purdy, but like what Saban said is true. Brock Purdy has done nothing spectacular. He has great football IQ. He does not turn the ball over, and he has shown very impressive skill to play at a high level. Other than that, anybody can do that. Anybody can do the stuff he's doing.
Put Dak Prescott on the 49ers.
No, Dak sucks. Dak fucking sucks. Brock Purdy is better than Dak Prescott. I'll tell you that.
I love this. Okay, so I showed you this earlier. We'll just tie this in here.
Not just a little bit higher, though. Yeah, it's a sunk cost fallacy. It's probably frustrating for the 49ers organization to realize they wasted a first-round pick. But, you know, whatever.
Posted this question 21 hours ago. What QB do you want going into the conference championship? We got 27% says Brock Purdy.
There's 33,000 votes on this. You guys are fucking idiots.
That is over Jalen Hurts and an injured Patrick Mahomes. That makes sense kind of there. But obviously, I think, honestly, this is really good. Besides, you think Brock Purdy should be last?
This is fucking the stupidest thing I've ever seen ever. Mahomes is the MVP. Jalen Hurts is the runner-up for MVP. Joe Burrow is a top 5 quarterback. And Brock Purdy is fucking homeless. It should be Jalen Hurts number 1. Then injured Mahomes. If Mahomes is healthy, it should be Mahomes number 1. So 1 and 2 is MVP and runner-up MVP. Then you take Shiesty, and then you take Brock Purdy. A bunch of fucking ass clowns. This is why people shouldn't have opinions. You should have to pay to be this stupid. 33,000 votes. Fucking 11,000 people. My goodness. As a 49ers fan, we're losing by 20. Tough.
I don't know. I kind of fuck with it. Besides, I think it's hard to say. There's no way Patrick
It is
Mahomes
true.
should be
It is
last.
potential. You have potential to say Joe Burrow over Jalen Hurts. Like, I could say that.
I definitely would pick Joe Burrow, I think, over Jalen Hurts.
You can make the argument, but you can't fucking 27% Brock Purdy be.
No, yeah, that's pretty wild. But I mean, people, unless there's just all 49ers
Joe Burrow
fans,
is way better than Hurts, bro. You're out of your mind. Why did Jalen Hurts almost win MVP if Joe Burrow is way better?
Yeah, I got that right here too. I just had that up earlier, but yeah, it looks like a clear
Oh,
W.
I'm just kidding, guys. Jalen Hurts is not higher. Holy MM
Oh
casual.
yeah.
Holy MM casual. All right, chat. We're all going to pretend like we're not seeing the graph in front of us. Yeah, so the MVP is guaranteed to be Mahomes at minus
Pretty
675. Joe Burrow's next, then Josh Allen, then Jalen Hurts, and Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson.
At least there's a wide receiver in the top
Holy
5.
shit, yeah.
That's kind of
I didn't
lit.
even notice that.
Guys, we have to pretend that didn't just happen. Hurts is not top 5. Hurts is not top 5? He's not a top 5 quarterback in the league? Who is... Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Who are the other two that go in there that are not Jalen Hurts? It doesn't matter. It's just passing. It's the playoffs, and I'd rather have Burrow, not a running back. Passing is not the only thing that matters, bro. Josh Allen had more passing yards than Joe Burrow in that last game. Running is the only thing that mattered in that Bengals-Bills game. Purdy's 9 of 20 when his wide receivers don't have more than 5 yards of separation. That is quite the ESPN stat.
Damn.
It's just a good
That's
scheme.
Let me see if Shane wants to talk a little.
No, let's not do that
No?
now because
All
we're
set?
going to do it in like 5 days.
Yeah, that's true.
Are we cash money for today?
Yeah, dude, we fucking
Sweet,
we killed
great
it.
work.
Yeah, I was gonna go over this, but I don't know if you saw any of that.
Nah, I did. But
Okay.
We'll save it
Okay.
for later.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen,
We'll
guys, thank you so much for being here. We got some spicy games coming up, man. Oh, I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. It's going to be
Dude.
such a good week. Guys, we actually had 2 streams this week. That's why we're cutting you guys a little short today. We'll have another stream on Saturday right before, probably like Saturday morning-ish. I couldn't give you a specific time right now, but it'll be scheduled here on YouTube. We'll see you on Saturday before the first game.
Is that the 29th? When is Saturday?
28th?
28th?
I actually don't know.
Is
It's
it-
this.
is it for
Yeah,
the
W
thing?
Stream Boys. Appreciate you guys.
Is
You
it
guys
for
are
the thing
studs.
or?
Yeah, it's for the thing. The
Yeah.
28th. Yeah. When are the games?
Is
There's
it
a
the
game on
28th?
the
I thought it was 29th. That was the thing.
No, because there's a game on Saturday and a game on Sunday, right?
I don't know. I'm gonna look right here.
I'm sure the NFC and the AFC Championship are on different days.
Yeah, I would think so for sure.
NFC Championship is Sunday.
Oh, they're both Sunday.
We technically could do it Sunday morning then. But no, we can do it the 28th. They're both Sunday.
With the thing?
yes.
Okay.
On Saturday.
That's what makes sense. Okay. I see.
I'm sure we can say it. Fuck them.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't
Would you
do it.
agree with me? It'll be the Cowboys year next year. No, all Cowboys fans say it'll be their year next year. I can't be one of those people. Top 5 players in the league.
Oh, where did that go?
Your mom, and your mom. All right. Hey, boys, we appreciate you guys for being here. We love you. We will see you on Saturday.
See you on Saturday.